And welcome to Wellness Wednesday again. And those who are here for the first time, we welcome you. And so we're going to continue with the 8 natural laws of health. And today we're going to continue with nutrition, and I'll speak on minerals. Okay. So John 10:10, the thief cometh not, but for to steal and to kill and to destroy. But I am come that they might have life and that they might have it more abundantly. And that's in the words of Jesus. This is the disclaimer. This presentation is for educational purposes and is not meant to replace the advice of your medical professional. It is not to be construed as diagnosis, prescription, or treatment of any disease. God is responsible for the results of obedience to his lifestyle plan. The receiver or user of this information must assume all risk personally for the use and misuse of these information. Therefore, this disclaimer serves as a notice to the receiver that he or she is free to seek medical attention, advice, diagnosis, and treatment from a licensed medical personnel. So we know that the natural laws of health are nutrition, exercise, water, sunshine, temperance, air, rest, and trust in God. And we started a few weeks ago to discuss nutrition. And then I went into break down nutrition into the classes of nutrition. We also highlight that nutrition is a study of how food and drink affects our bodies with regards to essential nutrients necessary to support the human health. Also, we established that good nutrition means obtaining the right amount of nutrients from healthy food in the right combinations. And so so this comes in 6 classes, which is carbohydrates, fats, fiber, minerals, proteins, vitamins, and also water. So we have discussed carbohydrates, fats, and fiber in the past 3 weeks. So now today we are going to do mineral. So minerals are essential elements or nutrients found in soil and in food. And today we debate on the ones found in food. They are vital elements necessary for the body. So humans, animals, and plants, they need minerals to develop and function normally. So we use minerals for building bones, strong bones and teeth, for controlling body fluids inside and outside of our cells. And we know that the cells make up our bodies and we have to have healthy cells. They also use for turning the food you eat into energy, which the food is broken down and then turned to energy, broken down into, we discuss about fats and carbohydrates and sugar. So it's broken down and turned into energy. It also helps to fight infections and also help in the healing of wound. If you have a sore, you don't have the right type of nutrients in your body, like proteins, the wound will stay longer to heal. And it also helps to regulate the hormones in our bodies. So some essential elements of minerals, they include calcium, phosphorus, potassium, sodium, chloride, magnesium, iron, zinc, iodine, chromium, copper, fluoride, manganese, and selenium. And among these, they are broken down into two classes. So they are the major minerals and trace minerals. So our bodies need we need more of some minerals, which are the major ones. So our body needs more of major minerals than the trace minerals. So the major minerals would include calcium, phosphorus, magnesium, sodium chloride, and potassium. And among the trace minerals are iron, zinc, iodine, copper, and selenium. Okay. Now I will just discuss discuss these minerals more and tell you the purpose of them and where you would find them. Okay. So for sodium, which is a major mineral, you need a sodium is needed for proper fluid balance, for nerve transmission, and for muscle contraction. And sometimes you have a pull muscle, and we know when you have a pull muscle is because your body is lack of sodium. And so for people who do manual work, like, and they sweat, very heavily during the day, they often sometimes, experience these pull muscles. So you need the sodium in your body to do the opposite, to contract the muscle. So you will obtain this sodium from table salt, and you can use the healthier table salt, which is the pink Himalayan salt. And also you can obtain sodium from soya sauce, from large amount of processed food. But we know, processed food is also dangerous because the amount of sodium in it can increase our blood pressure. You can also find small amount in bread and vegetables. Calcium is important. That's where we get our strong bones and teeth from. And it helps also to relax the muscles and also muscle contraction. It also improves the nerve functions, and it also helps in the blood clotting and blood pressure. We know if we don't have blood clotting agent in our body, we get a cut, we could bleed to death. So calcium is the one that is responsible for that. And we can get that from legumes, from greens like broccoli, mustard greens. We can also get it from fortified tofu and fortified soy beverages. Chloride is needed for proper fluid balance and for stomach acid. We get chloride from also table salt, from soya sauce, and from bread and also vegetables. Magnesium. So we need magnesium. Magnesium makes protein, and we talk about the protein that would help with your wound healing if you have a sore, especially people who are diabetic and they have a sore, they will call it a diabetic sore. So they would need, food high in protein to help the healing of the sore. It also helps with muscle contraction, nerve transmission, And it also helps to build the immune system, to give you a healthy immune system. And it is found in bones, our bones as well. We need it for our bones. So you can obtain magnesium from nuts and seeds, legumes, leafy green vegetables, anti antichoke, and also chocolate, but the the dark chocolate, which is better, but in moderation. Okay. So the trace iron, the trace minerals, I will just break that down as well. So iron is one of the trace minerals, and we can find iron in in legumes, in dry fruits, in dark leafy greens. We could also find it in bread, in cereal, and fortified cereals. So you can also get iron in meats and stuff, but we are trying to do the healthy version. So I'll just mention, those, but you could get them in meat as well. And we use those iron as they are part of molecule found in the red blood cells. And these red blood cells, we know they carry oxygen to the body. We also need the iron to help in energy metabolism. Another one is zinc. And zinc is has a function to help with wound healing as well. It also gives us our taste perception. So during COVID time, for people whose taste was affected, the zinc zinc was depleted. So if they increase their zinc, maybe they might, get back their taste. Zinc also help in building immune system, and it also helps in your DNA. Also helps in fetal development. So those who are pregnant, zinc help with your developing of your baby. Also for men, it also helps in the production of sperm and natural normal growth and sexual maturity. So we find zinc in whole grains and vegetables. Chromium, that works very closely with the insulin in our body. So it regulates the insulin in our body. So that would be very beneficial for diabetics. Okay, so it regulates the sugar and it works well for diabetes. And you would find it in whole grains and nuts and brewer's yeast. Copper, it's worked together with iron, and copper is also an enzyme. So we need copper along with iron to function properly. So you find it in legumes, nuts, and seeds, whole grains, and even water, drinking water. Fluoride, as it says, when we're growing up, they talk about the fluoride, our teeth. And so fluorides helps with forming bones, strong bones, and also, strong teeth. And it also helps to prevent tooth decay. So drinking water, so we could use the natural drinking water or either fluoridated water, and this water would contain fluoride. And we know with our tap water, it's full of chlorine, and that would deplete the fluoride in the water. So we have to be mindful of that, and the water that we consume, that we drink. It depletes some minerals in our body. Iodine. Iodine helps with our thyroid hormones, and this regulates growth, development, and metabolism. So we know lots of people suffer with hypothyroid and hyperthyroid. So the hypothyroid is the low one. When you have underactivated thyroid, your thyroid is not performing to the function that it should. And overactive thyroid, the thyroid is too busy. So we get iodine from seaweed, from sea moss and kelp. We can also get iodine in bread, but whole grain, bread made from whole grain, and any other food that have iodine in them. Manganese, this is a part of many enzyme, and we get manganese from a lot of food, especially from plant-based food. Selenium, and we use selenium as antioxidant, and we know antioxidant major um, job is to protect us from free radicals and from infection. So we know the free radicals outside in the air, you go outside in the air and there's lots of free radicals outside. So if you eat a lots of greens and fresh vegetables and fruit, that would help to build up your immune system against these free radicals. If you leave a nail outside for weeks or months, you go back, you see how rough it would get. And that's the same thing as, the that's what the free radical is doing to the nail. So when we go outside and we inhale all these fumes from the vehicles and pollution in food and all, pesticides, these free radicals, they affect our bodies as well. So other food that you can find um, minerals, good minerals are avocado, whole grain bread and cereal, dark leafy vegetables, lentils, beans, nuts, mushrooms, and tofu, and also dark chocolate. Okay, the disadvantages of having too much minerals. We know everything we should take. Things are, even though they are very good for us, we know we should be taking them in moderation. We cannot overdo as well. Everything in moderation, even if it's very beneficial to us. So in large dosages, it can cause side effects such as tooth staining, increased urination, stomach bleeding, uneven heart rates. Your heart rate could become very fast or slow. It can also cause confusion, meaning, forgetfulness or dementia, sort of dementia, but it's not a permanent thing. You're just confused for a while or confused for a day or confused for a few hours. It also can cause muscle weakness, limp. Your body could feel limpish, which is lethargic, and it can also cause headache. So in conclusion, important tips to remember: it's best to get your minerals from eating a diet that's healthy. But if you are deficient in any of these minerals, a supplement can give your body a boost if you need it. And this supplement that you take, it would have directions on it. So if you use it within as prescribed or directed, it is not expected to cause serious side effects. So everything in moderation. Okay. So John 3:2. Beloved, I pray that you may prosper in all things and be in health just as your soul prosper.